Hello everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and today's video we're going to be discussing how to make $70,000 in only 3 months with your CDL license. So if you're looking at this title and you're being like, it's impossible, who can make $70,000 in 3 months driving a truck? Well, I'm here to tell you it is possible. Have you ever seen this TV show called Ice Road Truckers? Ice Road Truckers came out probably a few years ago now, maybe 10 years ago. And this pretty much started glorifying the cool job of what it is to be an ice road trucker. Now, ice road truckers can make a boatload of money, as I'm going to explain to you in this video. However, it can be super risky as well. So first, let me explain what ice road truckers actually are. So in the cold parts of our country, for instance, like Alaska, there's parts of the state there that are coming under development, right? So maybe you have mining that is going on. Maybe you have towns that are getting built, and in order for this development to happen, in order for this growth to happen, truck drivers have to transport materials and goods to those areas. Now, unfortunately, a lot of those areas in Alaska, for instance, the infrastructure is not there, which means that it's very hard to get product there. So in order for trucks to get there, there's no major roads, there's no major highways, and it gets very difficult to bring stuff over there. So that's where ice road truckers come on in. That being said, there's different lakes in that part of the country, and come the winter time, the 3 coldest months of the year, the lakes freeze up. So you can actually have 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet of ice, depending on how thick the ice gets. And that ice on the lake actually becomes an ice road. So that is why we call it ice road truckers. And those 3 months to 4 month time period, when it gets the coldest up there, is when we can actually transport goods and services to those remote parts of that state of Alaska to make sure that they can continue to build for the whole year, so then they can sustain themselves, right? So this is why you can get paid so much. One, you're going to have a very short season, so you're going to work 3 to 4 months depending on what time you start and when you finish, and you can take the rest of the year off if you choose to. And if you're a company driver, you can make $70,000 a year, no problem. But the problem is you're going to make sure that you have experience, which means maybe the first season you're going to sign up as a helper, and then you can kind of work your way up. So what makes this job so risky? Well, the fact that you're driving on ice, right? Even though it's 5 feet of ice, below that ice itself, it's not solid dirt. It's not the ground. It's going to be water, and what does water do? Water has waves, right? So here's a few things that make it super risky. One, you're going to be in super cold temperatures, which means you want to make sure that your equipment is running on all cylinders. If anything freezes up on you, if your airlines have water in them, and all of a sudden that water freezes up, and now you have ice inside the lines, which means air cannot go through, which means your brakes are going to lock up and you are going to be stuck. That could be the difference between dying and staying alive. So yes, you can make a whole lot of money in a short amount of time, but you want to make sure that you take all the risks into account, and you want to make sure that you are prepared. One of the interesting things about driving on ice, I should say, is so as you're driving on top of 5 feet of ice, underneath that, like we talked about, is water. So it doesn't matter, you're going to be super heavy, so you have to go a certain speed. If you go too fast, the wave underneath the water can actually speed up and can actually start causing cracks in the road itself, and you can start seeing the road kind of go like this, which is a pretty scary sight. If you're going too fast, like I said, the road will open up and you can go right into the water, which is not fun. You go into there, you're pretty much done for. The other thing that you have to understand is stopping is extremely dangerous, because one, all that weight of this entire vehicle is on all those tires that are touching the ground, which means it's very centered on a small portion of the ice. So if you're moving, everything's always getting distributed evenly. However, if you stop and the engine keeps rattling, right, so that anytime the engine is on, there's vibrations that are happening, you're going to have all that weight focused in on one part of the ice, and you're going to have a vibrating vehicle on top of it, which means it's pretty much like a jackhammer. If you've ever seen how a jackhammer works, you're having all this weight and all this vibration onto one piece, and that thing can break concrete. So think about what it can happen to ice with these 80,000 pound vehicles that are on top of it right over there. And then the other thing that you have to watch out for is other drivers. So for instance, same type of thing with the wave. If you have 2 drivers kind of going in this direction, and one guy goes too fast or both of you guys go too fast, you really have to watch that wave, because what would happen is that wave goes underneath, cracks up the ice in the middle, and all of a sudden both drivers go in there. So as long as you know what you're doing and as long as your equipment is sound, it can be a fantastic and adventurous thing that you can do and extremely profitable. Now, in order for you to even get to that level of being a truck driver, you first must go through step number one. Step number one is you're going to have to get a CDL license. In order to do that, you have to come to our school. Now, at our school, we're not going to teach you how to be an ice road trucker because we don't have any ice right now. And if we did have ice, none of our ice gets to 5 feet deep. So it's very hard to do that. The closest thing we can actually do is put you on our state-of-the-art driving simulator. This has different scenarios, not necessarily driving on ice, but we can actually put you in the mountains, we can put you in the city, we can make it snow, we can make it rain. So we can give you years of experience within just a few days of training with this piece of equipment right over here. And many schools don't even have this thing. So that being said, in order to actually get your CDL license, you best go to the best driving school around, where if maybe ice road trucking is in your future one day, you want to make sure you have a solid foundation. And the way to do that is to give us a call, 908-525-3609, so we can walk you through that entire process. In order to get a CDL license, there's pretty much a two-step process. Step number one, first you're going to have to pass a few different written exams. Step number two, you're then going to have to pass the 2.5-hour-long road test. We here have a guaranteed training course available. We're going to give you over 100 hours of training plus unlimited tries at the test. So if you fail for whatever reason, we're going to keep taking you to the test until you pass at no extra cost to you. Here at Driving Academy, we have what we call a guaranteed training course. This is where we can give you over 100 hours of training plus unlimited tries at the test. So if you fail the test for whatever reason, we're going to keep taking you until you pass at no extra cost to you, which is also pretty cool. And the other cool thing is that we do offer lifetime job placement. So if eventually you wanted to become an ice road truck driver and you needed our help, we can kind of guide you in the right direction. But most of our students, they just want, hey, give me a place that's going to make me consistent money and I can kind of move forward in the long run and be consistently growing to the next level. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, give us a call, 908-525-3609, or take a virtual school tour at cdldrivingacademy.com/tour. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com/tour. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.